So today we've got a Volkswagen MED17.1.27. Now we haven't got one, we've actually got two. So we've got the original one, and we've got a new one. Apparently this car's come through Copart and it's got a knackered. They've managed to spike the ECU and knacker it. So we're going to read both and get the data ready to thing it. So we have got, I've got the Pinout up, show you, and that's the Pinout we're using, which is that one there. Now I did have a problem trying to read the CCU the other day, and I had to change MFC cables. Both MFC cables work. I'm going to have to double check why one of them won't read the CCU. So I'm going to do a little bit of playing with that today. But essentially what we're going to do is we'll come out of this option and we'll go into there. We'll use clone and we'll come down to that. And we'll follow the instructions and we'll go through it and hopefully have a cloned ECU at the end of it. But this is a Polo 1 litre TSI as far as I've been told. Like I say, it's come through Copart. They reckon they've spiked the ECU with a jump pack or jump leads of some description or in the accident. So we'll find out. But yeah, I had to go through before making this. I had to go through a few different options, and say in the end I changed the MFC cable and it went straight in. So this is why though I keep two bench boxes, two MFC cables, and here we go again. This is exactly what it was doing to me. So maybe the MFC cable didn't work and it was pure luck. But right, we'll crack on. And sometimes turning it on and off at the MFC does help at times, because that's all I've just done there is turned it on and off at the MFC. But I'm going to put a voltage and amp reader in the MFC cable, in the bench cable or in the bench box to see what's going on, because there you go. So we had massive problems yesterday trying to do this. So like I said, I did have to read it yesterday just because it wouldn't connect at all. So we'll go through the whole process. We'll open a new file and we'll read. I'll do the whole process with you. But I have actually already got the data off this ECU because it was being a nightmare. So we'll put it in Polo and we'll go through the whole process. I am filming on a different camera today, so hopefully it's slightly better quality than it was before. Sorry for the delay, it's literally just been, yeah, a nightmare. Because I'm still waiting for the new desk to be built and my new power supply to turn up. Just want to do the best I can with organising everything, and so I can actually do other videos, because I've got all the go diode cables and test leads, but I'm waiting on some clocks to arrive so I can pogo stick them, and I'm waiting on another Jag XFBCM in so I can do a video on virginising them, possibly with auto, and then repairing one with the Ultra Script UPA, which is somewhere. I also don't know who's come up with the conclusion that Copart spot the ECU. They haven't told me. They've just dropped me off 2 ECUs that are matching and said clone it. So I'm just doing what I've been asked. I haven't diagnosed this myself. I haven't been out. I haven't seen the car. There might be a couple of videos that I've done and not uploaded as well, so I will double check, because I get the feeling I have done a couple. Why won't it focus properly? Is one of my questions. Do I want to be closer and more on it? It's a fairly fast read, luckily, so right, so this is reading the flash side. This is EEPROM. Turn the MFC cable off. Right, that's the first ECU done, so let's pin up the new ECU, which, if I had 2 MFC cables that were working properly, I would have had this prepared ready, but it doesn't always work like that. Right. Live. Oh, 8 at the top. Can high, can low. Let's just show you this. So we've got that's it. So we just swap the wiring over we'll turn the MFC cable on and see if we can connect. Or is it going to give the same errors as the first one did? So there we go, so we'll save that in the actual one we're using, just in case. There's nothing different, that's just the way I do it. It's the way I've always done it. Right, let's read the donor ECU. Yes. I think this is a 2018 Polo, and the ECU that the first ECU came up with was an MDG1 or something, MD1, MRD1, out of a 2024 plate. It was like, well, it's a Polo 1 litre ECU, so it'll work. And I explained politely that it wasn't going to work, and in the end we sourced the one it's just turned up with now. So voltage set to 14.3, but I'm using my other bench box which records it at 0.1 or 2 volts lower. The repaired bench box that we've had to put a new fusible relay in, that seems to read absolutely fine, so unsure what the difference is between the two. They were both bought at the same time, so I'll read this and we'll go into the cloning function, and you'll have to put the original flash file in and the new flash file in out of the donor ECU, because this isn't just a direct one-to-one clone. You have to modify data in the middle, so I'm going to try letting Kt200 do it. Now this is not the normal way I would clone, but everyone says it can, so, and the function's there, and give it a go. If not, we'll go and sort the data manually and then come back. I mean, I've had a couple of people now message me about doing maps for them off the channel, so that helps. No one's actually had one done yet, but we are getting there. Alright, so EEPROM red, so we'll switch it off. I'll double check that we've got all the data. Password, EEPROM, flash, that's just the data. Okay, so let's try. So this might come up with an error, it might not. MED1, it's a TC17.1.23. We'll get the documents up and read through them. And this is the documents. So, read in boot mode, Tricore, or in bench mode. Yeah. And then input the files, original and new. Click clone and save the software. So, and it says that, and then write in boot mode. So we've got to write the EEPROM without making any changes. So what I'm going to do, we'll make a new folder. Right, so file containing maps to keep. So original ECU, internal flash. Oh, can I get that back out? What's happened there? Just so you can see what's going on. So that's the first ECU we read. So that's the ECU we want to clone. Okay. File related to the hardware must be kept. Internal on the new ECU. Internal flash. Clone. Why won't it focus properly? Right, so we have got to program the EEPROM, but what we'll do MO5 protection or higher. It's useful. Right, so what we shall now do is come back down to Volkswagen TC. Oh, now we've already got the pin out, so let's just connect. And what we'll do is we'll double check. Right, so we've got modified internal flash, and we need the original EEPROM. So let's copy that. So we need them two files. That's what we need. Okay. I'm trying to get it to focus a bit better, but for some reason it doesn't want to. Right, so we're not going to click write all, because write all doesn't do checksums. Now, we're not that bothered about checksums, but we'll write these separate. So first of all, we're going to write modified data to write modified internal flash. Now this is an interesting question, because is it going to ask we're on a wide connection, internet wise, on a gaming router. Sometimes it does just take a few minutes, other times it is really fast, so and other times what it does is it just does this, and then what you have to do is you click KT once and it sort of goes into non-responding mode, but it is doing something. So sometimes it will do that and go into non-responding mode. There we go. Sometimes it does just do that. It does comes up not responding, but if you leave it, and it's not the spec of the computer, and it's not the internet connection, because like I say, I'm on a MSI gaming PC with wide connection into a gaming router, so it doesn't, that won't be any quicker or any longer on a laptop on Wi-Fi. It's just the way it is, but that's fine. Okay, we'll wait for that and then we'll write the EEPROM. I know it's been a bit of a long video, but cloning videos always are. We'll reconnect. I have got a DSG Kt200 in for cloning next week as well, so I'll video that, as I've got both modules being dropped off, so that'll be an interesting one. But we're unsure whether I'll try and, if the module turns up in time, I'll use ACDP to do that rather than anything else. So, yep, right, the EEPROM. Yep. But yeah, if anyone does want to get hold of me, there is my eBay shop name in the description now. I've updated it so it's in there. And I have had a couple of inquiries. I do seem to be doing a lot of footwell modules at the minute for BMWs and Jaguar BCMs. They're XF, XJ BCMs, so if you need any of them virginising or the data repairing. Right, and that should be that done. So we've got it. There we go. Yeah, that's the pinout for this. That's the details on the cloning piece. It's not very detailed, but it gives you the idea of what you need to do. And there's both ECUs side by side, matching part numbers. So yeah, thank you very much for watching.